principle of the tech tool Growth50 is really about companies' fundamentals. And we're spending quite a lot of time on the financials. So we have about three criteria out of four that companies need to beat, which are about valuation, more than 100 million, which are about revenues, more than 10, which are about growth, more than 50% per annum over the last 3 years. So these criteria are what are guiding our selection. And the difficulty we have is obviously getting the information, and that's why we have this wonderful selection committee with about 15 members. We have too many companies to choose from. In fact, we started with about 220 companies. Then we decided to take out the unicorn companies, which is about, believe it or not, about 50 companies in Europe. And we ended up with, about 180 companies that we wanted to rate. And we then asked the selection committee. And frankly, we had a tough task. Especially as we wanted to have not only just the internet B2C companies, but also represent some other countries and some of the other sectors. That's fantastic because to some extent it reflects the spirit of the time. The first thing is actually we don't have internet B2C among the winners. In fact, the main winner of telematics is a company which has been going on for 10 years. Creating a new category, which is this telematics business, for connected cars. The second company is actually a semiconductor company, which is, hitting on the, VR, AR category. And the last company is a company in data analytics. And that's probably the only digital company we have this year. Interesting choice. Actually, the selection reflects, quite well the key trends, which is basically a softening up of these, B2C internet type companies, and dare I say, probably a return to more fundamental, IP type businesses. And I think we're going to start some of that, in 2016. Of course, we already have. The whole story of the Tech Tour Growth Forum is the fact that we have this new category of companies, which are later stage companies. And 10 years ago, we just didn't have that in Europe. And what we're saying, from the event, and now we've been running it 3 years running, is in fact the number of companies to choose from is, if anything, going up every year. Silverpeak is actually quite interesting in the sense that it reflects the spirit of the times as well and where the industry is going. We started as a Go for Venture, 10 plus years ago. And it was around venture. 10 years later, guess what? Half the work is M&A, half of the work is late stage. And Silverpeak is the idea of trying to go more up market, but also building up a stronger brand and a stronger firm.